How to become the best version of yourself through personal development. Giannis was a man who had achieved many things in his life, at least on the outside. He had a good job, a lovely family, and social recognition. However, he always felt something was missing. Despite his successes, he didn't feel complete. Every day, he woke up with the sense that he could achieve so much more, but he didn't know how to do it. He felt like he was living his life in the footsteps of others, rather than following his true nature. There were parts of himself that he had yet to explore. One day, when he had reached the limit of his frustration, he met Sofia. Sofia was a woman who had gone through many challenges in her life, but had managed to overcome them and develop her personal strength. In Giannis's eyes, Sofia embodied the person who had found balance and the strength to grow personally, despite the difficulties she had faced. Sofia spoke to him about the concept of personal development and how important it is to look within ourselves to understand who we truly are. She explained to him that personal development isn't something that happens overnight, but rather a process that requires consistency and honesty with oneself. She told him that it's crucial to accept both our strengths and weaknesses and learn how to work on them, rather than suppress them. Giannis decided to follow Sofia's advice and start focusing on himself in a new way. Instead of constantly focusing on the needs and expectations of others, he began to ask himself what he truly wanted from life. What made him truly happy? What gave him energy and meaning? The process of self-discovery was difficult at first. He started to notice parts of himself he had never seen before, such as insecurities and fears that had been holding him back. However, with each step, he realized that this honesty with himself was the first step toward becoming the best version of himself. He understood that progress isn't linear, but rather a process full of ups and downs. Sofia encouraged him to keep setting goals, but in a new way. His goals were no longer based on external pressures, but on his own inner desires and values. He began investing more in his personal well-being, and, through self-awareness, he was able to redefine his priorities. He realized that the most important thing was not to continue gaining external recognition, but to find a deeper connection with himself and create a life that truly fulfilled him. Giannis started to implement practices that enhanced his well-being. He began making time to renew his mind and body. He incorporated exercise into his daily routine and started meditating to increase his self-awareness and reduce stress. He discovered that personal development was a continuous process that required being willing to evolve and learn from mistakes. Recognizing and accepting his limitations, along with the persistence to continuously evolve, helped him develop into the best version of himself. The lesson from today's story with Giannis is that personal development begins with honest self-analysis and awareness of our strengths and weaknesses. Only when we accept ourselves, flaws and all, can we evolve and become the best version of ourselves.